So I think that Chase points are probably one of the best credit card points you can earn, not only because they are easy to redeem, but because they can potentially provide you with a massive amount of value. Now, because there are quite a lot of different options when it comes to redeeming Chase points, it can be a bit confusing as to where you can find the most value. And this can quite often result in you redeeming your points for low value rewards. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a complete guide as to where you can redeem your points and how you can find the most value possible out of your Chase points. This will include what you should avoid when redeeming your points, and it will also include a few step-by-step examples of how you can find some unbelievable value by transferring your points to some of the travel partners. So let's take a look at my account here. Now, once I've logged into my account, you will see here on the top right-hand side of the screen, it says rewards. If I click here, it will then bring me through to the Chase Ultimate Rewards page. And here it shows you how many points I have available and how many points I have pending. Now, to get a better overview of what these points are worth, simply just scroll down a bit to where it says Discover Ways to Use Points. And then just to the right of this, it says More Ways to Use. So click here, and this will bring you to a page that essentially shows you some of the different ways you can use the points and how much they are worth when redeemed through each specific category. Now, on a base level, you really should be looking at a redemption value of at least 1 cent per point. Anything less than this really is not very good value. As I will show you later in this video, it is possible to receive upwards of 18 cents per point when redeeming them through some of the travel partners. This can result in you earning literally thousands of dollars in value from your points. Now, if I scroll down a little here, it has the option to redeem my points for travel. And because I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you will see that my points are worth an extra 50% when redeemed for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. This means a value of 1.5 cents per point, and this is pretty good value. Now, if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card or the Ink Business Preferred card, your points will be worth 1.25 cents per point when redeemed for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. And to be honest, this is still pretty good value. So let's scroll down here to where it says Pay with Points. And this is actually one of the worst ways to redeem your points. As you can see, my 93,203 points are worth just $745.62. This means I'm only receiving 0.8 cents per point, which in reality is not very good. Now, if you choose to use the Pay with Points option, you can use your points through Amazon or PayPal. But I really don't think it's worth you using your points this way, as it is literally the least value you can get from your points. Now, another way of redeeming your points is for cash back. And this is better value than using the Pay with Points option. Here you will see that my 93,203 points are worth $932.03, or 1 cent per point. This can be received either as a statement credit, or you can have the money deposited directly into your bank account. Now, if you really need the money, or you have no desire to redeem the points at a much higher valuation on travel-related options, getting cashback does provide a bit of value. So another way to use your points is to use the Shop with Apple option. And as you can see here, it provides the same 1 cent per point, as my 93,203 points are worth $932.03. Now, Apple does offer some special deals occasionally. Just last month, they were running a promotion that provided you with 20% off all Beat products and AirPods. And this is something that happens from time to time where you can actually receive an elevated valuation on your points when you use them through the Shop with Apple option. So if I were to order the AirPods last month, you would see that I could have got them for 10,320 points instead of 12,900 points. This means I would have been receiving a points value of 1.25 cents per point, which is pretty good value. So if you have some spare points and you aren't sure how to use them, it's always worth browsing through the Shop with Apple section, as you may well find some pretty good deals. Now, another way to redeem your points is via the gift card section. And just like the cashback option and the Shop with Apple option, you will receive a valuation of 1 cent per point. So there are a ton of different gift card options to choose from. And if I click through to the gift card section here, you will see right at the top of the page, there is a whole range of gift cards on sale. Basically, they are offering 10% off, which means you will receive a points value of 1.1 cents per point. So it's not quite as good as what you can receive from the Shop with Apple specials, but it's okay. Now, there is the ability to redeem your points for what Chase refers to as experiences. And here you can choose between a variety of different events that include music events, sporting events, and culinary experiences. And whilst this sounds like a nice thing to take part in, it only offers a valuation of 1 cent per point, which is not terrible, but there is a lot more value to be had with some of the other points redemption options that I'm about to talk about. Now, at the time of making this video, it is actually possible to receive a points valuation of 1.5 cents per point with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card through the Chase Dining Redemption portal. And this is a reasonably decent points valuation, especially if you enjoy eating out and experiencing new restaurants. As you can see here in the Chase Dining section, it is possible to book and prepay for a table at a restaurant in New York City called Resident. And for what usually costs $195 per person, you can use just 13,000 points to cover this cost, which is the equivalent of 1.5 cents per point. Now, for the Pay Yourself Back section here, it shows that it is possible to receive 1.5 cents per point in valuation. but this is slightly misleading. If I click through to the landing page for the Pay Yourself Back section, you will see at the top of the page there are current promotions that are offering anywhere from 25 to 50% more value. But if I scroll down to some of the past transactions I have made, it generally only offers a valuation of 1 cent per point. So whilst it is possible possible to receive up to 1.5 cents per point, it's not the norm for most redemption options in this section. Okay, so now let's move on to the travel points redemption option. And here you will see that if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, your points will be worth 1.5 cents per point. And this is because you essentially receive an additional 50% boost to your points when you use them through Chase Travel. This means that if you redeem 100,000 points, you will receive $1,500 in value. And if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card or the Ink Business Preferred card, you will receive an additional 25% boost to your points when used through Chase Travel. So your points will be worth 1.25 cents per point. This means that 100,000 points will be worth $1,250 in value. Now, no matter which card you are using, all three of these options present pretty good value. And to be honest, I used to use my points to book flights and hotels through Chase Travel until I realized that I could get a lot more value for my points. But if you do ever decide to use this method to redeem your points, you should always compare the prices from within the Chase Travel portal to the actual airline, hotel, or travel websites, as there is sometimes a price discrepancy, meaning that Chase may actually be charging more for the same booking. And if this is the case, you won't be receiving the 1.5 cents point valuation from the Reserve card or the 1.25 cents point valuation from the Chase Sapphire Preferred card or the Ink Business Preferred card. This is why I really don't use this as a means of points redemption anymore, as it really doesn't offer enough value in my opinion. As I will show you in the next section, it is possible to receive way more value from your points just by taking a few extra steps. Okay, so now we've come to the part of the video where I'll show you the best and most valuable ways to redeem Chase points. And this is by using the Transfer to Travel Partners option. As I showed you earlier in the video, it is possible to earn anywhere from 0.8 cents per point up to 1.5 cents per point through Chase depending on which category you use. But by using the Transfer to Travel Partners option, you will see in some of the examples that I'm about to show you that it is quite easy to receive anywhere from 2 to 3 cents per point all the way up to 18 cents per point. Now there are a few things to keep in mind before I go through some of the different hotel and flight examples. First of all, you should only ever transfer your points to one of the travel partners once you have found an available booking that you know you will be able to use. And this is because once you have transferred your points from Chase to one of the travel partners, you will not be able to transfer them back to Chase. So always keep your points in your Chase account until you know you have found the exact booking that you want. The second thing to keep in mind is to take the time and check to see if any of the travel partners are running a promotion through the Chase Travel portal. It is pretty common for there to be a few special deals with specific travel partners where you can receive additional value. And this can really add a ton of value to your points. At the time of making this video, you can see here that Flying Blue is actually offering a 25% bonus when you transfer points to their program. And just in case you didn't know, Flying Blue is essentially a loyalty program for both Air France and KLM. Now, if you transfer your points to Flying Blue, you can then use these points with over 30 different airline partners and a whole range of different hotels. So this in itself automatically opens up a whole range of different options to choose from if and when you decide to travel. Okay, so let's start with the first example of redeeming Chase points, and I'll begin with finding a flight. Now, generally speaking, if you book an economy flight, you won't receive quite as much value from your points compared to booking a business or first class flight. But either way, you will still receive a reasonable amount of value for your points. Now, finding a flight that actually provides you with a decent amount of value can take some time. You could go and manually search through all of the partner airlines that are affiliated with Chase, or you can use a really helpful website called Seats.aero, where you can search a large range of some of the best deals that are currently available. Now, if you're looking for a flight that leaves within 90 days, it is totally free to use Seats.aero. However, if you want to look further out than this, say 6 months in advance, you are going to need to sign up for a pro account, and this costs $9.99 per month. Personally, I really like this website and think that it's fantastic value, especially if you're looking to find the best reward flights. So as an example, if I click here in Seats.aero where it says Explore and then select Air France/KLM, and as you will see, it actually shows you which credit cards can transfer points to their program. So there is Amex, Bilt, Capital One, Chase, and Citi. Now, once I've selected this, it will automatically show you flights from North America to anywhere. And this can be changed, but for now, I'll leave it like this. Next, I'll click on Departs and organize airports alphabetically. Then I'll click on Economy to bring up the most valuable points transfer options in Economy. Now, I'll just scroll down and go to the second page. And you will see here, there is a flight from Atlanta to Paris for just 15,000 points. So to see the flight details, I'll just click on the little information tab here on the right-hand side of the screen. This will bring up all of the flight options. So we have a flight here at 8:05 p.m. from Atlanta to Paris, and it is a direct flight that takes 8 hours and 20 minutes. And as you can see here, it will require 15,000 points plus an additional $64.09. Now, if I go into the Air France website, this flight would cost $1,328 if I were to pay up front. And if I search for the same flight through the Chase Travel portal, it will cost $1,351 or 90,020 points. That's a points valuation of just 1.5 cents per point. Now, as I mentioned before, Flying Blue is actually offering a 25% bonus when you transfer your points to their program. So you will only need 11,250 points to make this booking. This means you are receiving a points value of just over 11 cents per point, including the $64.09 fee, which is an amazing deal. Now, to transfer your Chase points over to Flying Blue, simply log into your Chase account and then click at the top right-hand side of the screen where it says Rewards. Then on the next page at the top, you will see it says Travel. Click here and a drop-down menu will open that will give you the option to transfer points to partners. So click on that option. Then on the next page, you will see all of the travel partners. And right at the top is the current bonus offer from Flying Blue. So click on that. On the next page, you will see that there is a blue button at the bottom of the screen that says Transfer Points. So click on this. And then on the next page, you just need to confirm your Flying Blue details. Then after this, you will be asked how many points you want to transfer. Okay, so now let's take a look at redeeming points for a hotel stay. And you will see in the Chase Travel portal that there are 3 hotels to transfer to: IHG, Marriott Bonvoy, and the World of Hyatt. Now, I generally only transfer my points to the World of Hyatt as they usually present the most value. So as I travel to London a couple of times a year, let's take a look and see how many points it will cost to stay there. So I'll simply just log into the World of Hyatt website and then search hotels in London for, let's say, April 16th to 17th. Just make sure to click the little box here where it says Use Points. Now, here is a pretty good deal at the Ondas London Liverpool Street. So I'll just click here where it says View Rates. And it actually says that this hotel is not accepting World of Hyatt points at this time. So just come up here to where it says Points Calculator and click. This will bring up a new page that shows you when this hotel is actually accepting World of Hyatt points. And there are quite a few dates where they aren't accepting points, but there are a few. So let's click on April 18th to 19th and then click down here where it says Check Availability. And now it shows that I can book a room for 21,000 points. So to see the actual cash price, just click on the little toggle that says Use Points. And it will show you that it would cost $598 per night if I were to pay cash. This works out to be just over 2.8 cents per point, which is pretty good. Now, if I were to book the same room through the Chase Travel portal, it would cost slightly more, coming in at $606. But if I were to use my points, it would require 40,367 points. This is almost twice as many points than what the World of Hyatt is asking. So let's go through one last example where I find a business class flight. Now, I'll use Seats.aero again as it makes it a lot easier to find good deals. And I'll just search flights through Air France and KLM, as it's possible to transfer points to Flying Blue at the moment and receive a 25% bonus. So again, I'll just click Explore, scroll down to Air France/KLM and click here. Then I'll click the business button to organize business class seats in order of cheapest to most expensive. I'll then click through to the second page and then scroll down a little, and you will see here that there is a business class flight on April 28th for 50,000 points. So I'll click the little information tab on the right-hand side of the screen here, and a new window will pop up. So I'll just select business, and you will see that there is a business class seat on a flight from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam for 50,000 points, plus an additional $204.40. Now, if I look up this exact flight on Air France, you will see that it costs $7,178. So as I just mentioned, it is possible to receive a 25% bonus when transferring points to Flying Blue. This means I will only need to transfer 37,500 Chase points to book this flight. So basically, I'm getting just over 18.5 cents per point, including the $204.40 fee, which is just insane value. Now, if I try to make the same booking through Chase Ultimate Rewards, you will see that it costs slightly more at $7,201. And if I want to use Chase points, it will require 93,203 points. That's more than double the points required for the same booking that can be made through Flying Blue. So as you can see, it is relatively easy to get a lot more value from your Chase points simply by transferring them to one of the travel partners. Obviously, it does take a bit of effort to find some of these good deals, but if you spend a bit more time learning how to find these deals, you will become more efficient and eventually get a lot more value out of your Chase points. Now, if you've made it this far through the video, don't forget to hit the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm so more people get the chance to see this video. And if you'd like to learn all about Priority Pass and getting access to airport lounges, make sure to watch this video here.